Hi, this is Wilderness Surviving to Thriving, and today we're going to talk about the Sumac, Staghorn Sumac, which is right here. So the easiest way to identify it is by these little things right here. So there are different kinds of sumacs out there. This one is not the poisonous one. This is the Staghorn Sumac. The poisonous one has like white berries to it. It lives in like swampy areas, so you really don't see it in Pennsylvania that often. This is the one that you see that's the most common, the Staghorn Sumac. You see this along the roadsides, out in full sunlight, along highways. This is right here. This is at the edge of a parking lot, so they do like sun, so you see them all over. But you can see the leaflets here. You can see the leaves there, and you could kind of look to see how to identify it. But those things right there is a given that it's a sumac. So what we're doing today, I'm just going to go talk about different traits of the sumac. If you look at one of my videos, how to make a spile out of sumac, this is the wood I used. It's really soft on the inside, which I'll get into. And also I'm going to collect this right here, and we're going to go ahead and make some lemonade out of this. Well, it tastes like lemonade, so we're going to go ahead and do that. But here, I'll just get a view of the sumac, see what it looks like, and I'm sure you've seen this on the side of the road several times. So we're just going to collect a little bit and just sample some lemonade, lemonade-like drinks. The Native Americans made lemonade out of this stuff, so we'll try it, and I'll talk more about the sumac and the properties of it and everything else. So you can see there's another one up there. So this is the easiest way to identify it, but you can also identify it by the leaves. And I think the bark, the wood part of it kind of stands out also, I believe. You can kind of see, I don't know how to describe it. The inside is very soft, like I said, and check out my video, how to make a spile. You see how soft it is. But anyways, let me go ahead and pick this, and then we'll make some lemonade. Okay, now it's time to make the lemonade, or what tastes like lemonade, or the tea, whatever you want to call it. So I picked these. The best way to get these off the tree is by cutting them with a scissors or a knife or something. I kind of just ripped it off. Probably not the best way of doing it, but anyway. So there's several ways I've seen people do this in the past. I've done this, several years ago. Haven't done it in a while. First of all, I'm not comfortable where I picked these because it was the edge of a parking lot. I would only really drink the tea if it was in the woods. So I'm going to drink a little bit of it, but I'm really not going to make a lot of it because, like I said, it's just, I don't know if they use chemicals there or what the case is. You really don't want to wash these ahead of time because the flavor is on the outside. So if you wash these to get off the chemicals or whatever, you'll wash the flavor right off of it. So so basically what you should do is you just get a glass of cold water like this, or or room temperature water. It really doesn't matter. You're not really boiling the water or anything like that. Some people I've seen do sun tea with these and what have you. I believe sun tea would be more if the flavor came from within the berry or the seed or whatever. In this case, if even after a rain, you notice that after a rain, it reduces the flavor quite a bit. It just washes the flavor away. I've noticed that. So when you're picking these things, it's a good idea just to take a little nibble or a little lick or whatever of the berries, just to make sure you do have flavor. Make sure it's a little bit bitter or whatever, that you do have flavor. So that can go into your tea. But anyways, with this in the past, I've picked out the individual berries, I put them in there, and that's too much of a pain in the butt, I think. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to throw this whole thing in here and just kind of remove them like so. Yeah, I'm working with one hand here. So I'm just going to kind of put it in the water and just remove everything. Like I said, all the flavor's on the outside. So even if it's cold water, it should do the trick and give it flavor. So let me go ahead and just shut this down for a second so I can have two hands, and then I'll come back. Okay, so I just Yeah, that darn rooster. I just put everything in here, and I'm just kind of, working it around with my hands or so. You can use a spoon, whatever. I removed the, let me remove the stems a little bit, but it doesn't really matter. I don't think. Maybe you guys can taste the difference, but so I'm just gonna let that sit for a little while. Just, once I start seeing the color, I know it's done. Like I said, I've done this in the sun like a tea, and I've done this in cold water just to the side, and I think it had the same results. But let me just let this sit. I'll let you know how long I let it sit for, and we'll just do a little taste of it, like I said, because I picked this on the side of a parking lot, so I really don't trust it that much. But anyway, I'll check in with you in a little bit. Okay, I let it sit for about 5 minutes or so. I realized I just put a lot in there for a little bit of water, so it's really not going to take any time at all to get the flavor out. In reality, you only need like a couple tablespoons maybe for this amount of water, maybe 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, I'm not quite sure, but you can play around with the flavor. You don't have to have it full flavor every time. Do it to your liking. So I'm just going to give it a little shot. Like I said, I'm not going to really drink this stuff because I don't trust where I got it from, so I'm just doing a little shot here. See how it is. Full of flavor. Tastes pretty good. Not that sweet. You can add sweetener to it. You can add honey to it, sugar, whatever you want to add, just like lemonade. Now, as far as, if it's your first time, maybe just do a little bit and wait a while to see what happens with your system. Who knows, you could have like an allergy, you can have, a negative effect to it. Even though it is edible, you could have a negative effect to it. So make sure you take a little bit at a time. Maybe look at my video, how to test for edible plants, and maybe follow something like that to see if you have any reaction to it. But the next step would be to filter this out. I was looking for a coffee strainer, couldn't find it. So you would simply just, pour the solution into a cheesecloth or some kind of cloth, I guess. And voila. You can see it has lots of color to it and everything else. Yeah, it's good. It's pretty good. Good stuff. Now remember, you don't have to use this much. You just use a couple tablespoons or whatever the case may be and let it sit for a little longer. But also you can dry this stuff out ahead of time and let it sit and use it later if you want to. It also has culinary purposes for this stuff. People use it like for their spices and what have you. I think they use this as a dye. Also medicinal properties. I believe it has a lot of vitamin C in it, and it has a lot of other minerals and like potassium, calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, stuff like that, I think. So you have to look that up, I guess. But also has antifungal properties. It combats against, I heard, salmonella, which is pretty cool stuff. Also, I heard about people washing fruit and stuff like that and vegetables in the extract. It kills like the bacteria, so that's cool. It has antioxidants. It helps with cardiovascular disease. It helps with strokes, diabetes. I mean, there's so much anti-inflammatory. It helps with that. I think it reduces like fevers and helps with arthritis, skin infections, respiratory problems, like bronchitis, I guess. It helps with colds, flus, what have you. It helps with a lot. The leaves also, I heard, which I've never used the leaves on anything, but the leaves I also heard is good for like skin rashes and stuff like that, and skin inflammation for the most part. I believe it's also a diuretic, so it's good that way. It also has anti-cancer properties to it, which it seems like everything does out there. I'm not quite sure, how accurate this stuff is, so you're gonna have to do your own research on this. But I have no way of testing for that unless I was sick or something. But also with women, there was a bunch of stuff that helps women somehow. I'm not going to get into everything about with the women, but it helps with breast milk. I think it makes their child gets more breast milk. What else does it do? It helps with cramping. I'm not getting into the other stuff, but it does a lot, this stuff. There's a lot of medicinal uses for it. And it tastes good. So what else do I have to say? Remember, just do as small quantities at a time. and then, you know, if your body passes the test, go ahead and make a big batch, put it in the refrigerator, get it cold, and enjoy. You guys always do your homework out there. You never trust somebody that you see on YouTube on what you should eat and what you shouldn't eat. Make sure you do your research. Make sure you consult local experts. Always make sure you know what you're drinking or eating or whatever the case may be. So do your own homework. Also, this is the spile that I made through this the Sumac here. You see the inside's really easy to carve out. It's nice and soft. So check out my video, how to make a spile in under a minute, I believe I called it. So check that out. Okay, I just want to sum up some things that might have confused you on. Not all the medicinal properties that I mentioned before is from the tea that I just made. A lot of it's from other parts of the plant, such as the roots or the bark or whatever the case may be. So I was just going over the whole tree in general, so you're gonna have to look that stuff up anyway. But anyway, one thing I forgot is that the leaves also was good for sore throats and inflammation of the gums and lips. So that's another thing. But anyways, always do your homework, like I said. You know, comment on, you know, if you use this tree before for anything, let me know. And this is Wilderness Surviving to Thriving, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.